Good day and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the Voice of Reason. So today's Horn of Africa update will be specifically covering the ongoing fighting that is taking place inside of the Tigray region. Well, new reports are coming in about the fighting that has occurred in central Tigray. This is a result of the Eritrean army offensive into central Tigray. Now, initial reports are coming in that the Eritrean army has suffered devastating casualties. That some of the fighting that has occurred in central Tigray has been among some of the most fierce fighting in terms of infantry upon infantry type forces. And again, there are reports coming out that the Eritrean army suffered significant losses. Significant losses. As well, we're also continuing to hear reports of Tigrayan Defense Forces launching infiltration units inside of the Amhara region, which has also resulted in some fairly significant fighting. But more importantly, the fighting that has occurred in central Tigray with the Eritrean forces may have been sort of a last gasp by the Eritrean army to penetrate central Tigray and achieve some sort of a battlefield of victory, which it has not been able to do. Furthermore, more casualty estimates about the war are filtering in as well. There are reports, and fairly, I would say, credible reports that list both Eritrean and Ethiopian army casualties at approximately 40,000 killed or seriously wounded. So I know there's been some reports filtering out there that stipulate that say that up to 100,000 dead. But those are very, I think, overstated numbers, and that 40,000 number may seem high, but some of the level of intensity of the fighting that is have occurred in terms of the tactics that are being used, the terrain that some of these combatants are having to fight under is pretty grueling, and the terrain definitely is something that gives the defender the advantage, and that obviously would be the TDF, the Tigrayan Defense Forces. So that is probably one of the reasons that we hear that the Ethiopian army has exhausted itself inside of the Tigray region, and now we're seeing more and more efforts by the Eritrean army to try and make advances. And again, the latest was this advance into central Tigray by the Eritrean army, supported somewhat by the Ethiopian National Army, but to a great extent, my understanding is this offensive was predominantly Eritrean in nature, and again, the casualties over the last 3 days have been rather severe on the part of the Eritrean forces. The fighting again continues inside of the Amhara region. Now it is not at the same level that has occurred in the battles that occurred in central Tigray. between the TDF and the Eritrean army. But nonetheless, operations are taking place inside of the Amhara region as well. There are also more reports coming in that there could be a major operation in the works by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Where this operation will occur, not certain yet, but again, large bodies of manpower have been recruited over the last few months, which has strengthened the fighting ranks of the Tigrayan Defense Forces, and they are able to, for the most part, freely train large bodies of troops, especially in some regions of central Tigray. The threat of airstrike and drone strike is not as significant as it once was. I believe we could be seeing something happen on a very large scale in reference to operations by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. And again, as I get information, I will certainly report it. Have a great day, everybody.